reason why it be? What's the purpose of you and me? Living to know, yeah.
Top of the day and the highest vibrations to you. It's your girl Tears. No E's, only threes for alignment. And I am living to know. I'm living to know what it is that we should do to move forward in this beautiful journey of life. And yes, of course, I'm going to call this journey beautiful because deep within us, we all have these dreams and aspirations. And I believe that even in the depths of us, this universe is always orchestrating so it can create that reality that we believe deep within our heart and soul that we are destined to have. Now, because the universe is orchestrating, sometimes we don't know how to read the messages, but you just have to believe that it's all working in your highest favor. So for today's subject on Living to Know, I want to talk about spirituality. Spirituality. What does that mean to you? So, before we even go any further, I would like for you to comment down below and let me know if you yourself consider yourself to be spiritual. I know before we even dive into that question, you could probably say, well, what is the definition of being spiritual? Spirituality can be perceived in many ways by others, but to me, spirituality means the experiences you have in connection with yourself. It is the wisdom you attain. It is the lessons you learn based upon your own personal experiences. Religion is a collection of other people's experiences, but spirituality means to have your specific special connection with that self within you. Now, with the self within us. In general, for the facts, we can say that there is something out there that is very powerful. And that same power definitely created us. Now, we cannot really say anything outside of us can direct us to ourselves, but because that higher power created us, that means a little portion of that power is within us. And to really go and dive into yourself, you are tapping into that power. And the way that you create that relationship, the way that you connect into yourself, that's what I call spirituality. And there are many ways to go about it. But let me know below if you at this moment consider yourself spiritual. Because we are going to dive into it, okay? Thank you for being here. Now, before we go any further, I do want to get us into an alignment, okay? So if you would like to enjoy this mantra with me, sing along if you get the words. But just for 3 chants, I'm going to just bring in these beautiful words of alignment. Hopefully they connect with you and we're able to really get into the mindfulness of it as well. My mind is aligned with my body, and my body is aligned with my soul. My mind is aligned with my body, and my body is aligned with my soul. My mind is aligned with my body, and my body is aligned with my soul. From a broad perspective of looking in, most may assume that spirituality has to mean practicing magic in some form. Okay? Now, that is not entirely true, but there's definitely truth to it. Okay? Magic, it exists in all of us without even having to exercise it. But spirituality comes when you're ready to harness that power within you. So, when you think of someone in their spirituality, you assume that they're practicing magic. I want you to know that magic already exists within you, whether you're practicing it or not. I'm going to spell magic Magick, because the K is on the end because some things you just can't explain. The tool that we all possess that is truly powerful, that allows for this magic to exist in our everyday lives, is right here. Can you see it? It is the mind. The mind is a very powerful tool that we have in our possession to make things happen, to change and shift our reality in the way that we want it to be. But not being mindful and not being able to use it in a proper way to elevate our journey, we may assume that the magic has to come from outside of us. Here's an example to highlight on the magic of the mind. If you aren't familiar with it, I want to tell you about the law of attraction. The law of attraction, this goes back to physics, to the science of it all. But if you really think about it, we are made out of a bunch of atoms, a bunch of molecules. And just like the same atoms are in our body that creates us into this mass of this visual of being in a vessel, beautiful things. This is the same stuff located in the planets, in the stars. So ask yourself this. If they can be up in the sky, how come you can't? Because you definitely can. The only thing that shifts and allows us to rise like the phoenix from the ashes is the mind. Freeing that mind, being in a space to believe that your mind is a powerful tool to create. And this tool of creation can definitely bring to life fruition of things your heart's desires when you practice laws as simple as the law of attraction. The law of attraction states whatever we are frequently thinking about, we are naturally attracting it into our reality. And so it doesn't matter if you're thinking about it as something good for you or bad for you. The more times that it is going through your mind, that is still drawing it in. So even if things aren't looking like it is in your highest favor, you have to affirm it is, so that is the solution that is actually attracting into your life. For example, if you're just feeling so down lately, like, oh man, my day is doing blank. I'm not going to say it because I'm not even going to attract that into the now, okay? But if you want your day to be better, no matter however you're feeling, you'll say, I am feeling good. Good things are always coming to me. I feel amazing. And you are training your mind to allow that energy to attract to you. So even if we're in a certain paradigm at that moment, with our magic that we're going to affirm by putting out into the world of the reality we're going to create with the law of attraction, we are now going to shift into a higher mindset. Now, if that wasn't some type of magic, I don't know what is. But it is also a representation of your spirituality. You are understanding that whatever you're being faced with, it is within you to actually change it and manipulate it into your highest favor. And I mean manipulating in the best way. For me personally, I remember my time when I truly made the intention to embark on my spiritual journey. Now we all come across an experience where we're just like, you know what, this is enough and I'm ready to move forward. But I remember long ago on that journey that I was balancing, I was working my vessel off, trying to get everything that I needed. And even in the midst of working towards what I needed, what I really needed, I still had yet to accomplish. And that was a peace of mind within me. Okay? I wanted things, but I felt like I shouldn't have to work so hard for it. And I remember it was a day I was truly exhausted. I was just at the brink of it. And I was just like, out of nowhere, I just started unpacking. Now, I didn't unpack anything physical. It was just spiritually within me. You know, even when you are crying, that is a release of energies that aren't serving because you're finally connecting with yourself. And as you begin, okay, this is your spirit inside, and this is us. But when we choose to make the connection, we are now going inside to touch ourself and our spirit, to truly align. And as we are in that alignment, that moment comes where everything that don't serve just leaves. Okay? The material things we hold on, they got to go. The material things that kept us distracted, it has to go. Because spirituality is going to be that connection with yourself. So even in that moment when you're just like, hey, I'm going inside, I'm going within, you are nurturing that connection with yourself. That is why meditation has such great benefits, fasting has such great benefits, because it's taking the time to step back from the material of the world and just tap into the connection within ourselves. So in this moment, if you could just reflect on the time where you experience your connection to your own spirituality. Was there ever a challenge in your path that you may have seen was too hot to touch, but then you ended up getting through it, right? You told your mind, you told yourself, you connected and had a faith to move forward anyway. Can you recall a time where it wasn't looking too good, but you pulled yourself out of? Can you recall a time where you witnessed the power of your tongue? Just speaking the words and saying, I am all right. And so it came to pass. Spirituality is different forms, but it is whatever form you wish to create that connection with yourself. How do you connect with yourself? And even if you have yet to establish a method, a strategy of connecting, what are you open to now? Meditation is great to start your day because it just pulls you into a moment of mindfulness. When we are mindfulness, we are truly aligning the mind, body, and soul. And our awareness is opening and we're able to see things at a higher frequency. That's definitely spirituality. You are now experiencing things through the eyes of you, through the perspective of you, but in your highest self. Has there ever been a situation, but instead of reacting, you saw it from a higher perspective? And instead, it became an enlightening moment for yourself instead. That's what spirituality does. That is the beauty that spirituality can bring to you on your journey. Moving forward, what are you willing to exercise to expand your spirituality? Moving forward, what else do you want to tap into to truly discover you within? I'm grateful for this video. I'm grateful for you to connect with me. There are many ways we can connect with ourselves. But if you want to go straight into the energy fields, also known as chakras, then that is a great place to start if you are looking to embark on your journey or just enhance it now as you are in this present moment. We each have these energy fields, 7 main ones in our bodies, and they're called chakras. And with each energy field, they target a specific feeling, a specific outcome within our spirit. There are different channels of connection that exist within us into our spiritual body. Yes, we are in the physical body now, but within the physical, there is our spiritual. And believe it or not only do we have the power to attract what it is we want to come into our reality, where we are spiritually also reflects on our physical body as well. Correlations exist everywhere in all dimensions of relations within us in our journey of life. If you want to learn more about your energy fields and how to tap into the meaning of things beyond the surface, I invite you to check out my Chakra Healing Masterclass. In my Chakra Healing Masterclass, I break down meditations of how to not only open and align the chakras, but doing so brings healing on your journey, but from within first. And it allows you to connect with yourself. If there are anything that blocks you from truly connecting with the depths of yourself. But until next alignment, I wish you well and the very best. And once again, I'm Tears. And as I keep living to know, you keep glowing. Until next alignment, no T's, only threes. See ya.